This is another very exciting recruiting class. We're very excited about the Whippeal kids that we are bringing in, and certainly excited about the kids that are from other states. I'm excited about the big offensive linemen that are coming in, and the skill position kids that will add an awful lot of excitement to our football program as we move forward.
Elijah Jackson, running back from North Jersey from Paramus Catholic. Really excited to have him join the Colonial program. He comes from the New Jersey State Champions in the Super Conference. He was also named all-conference player. Explosive, finishing gear, great football savvy, great instincts. Shows a jump cut, can spin, move, accelerate, shows separation, has great hands out of the backfield, a tough competitor. Another one that goes with the rest of this recruiting class. Just plays with a great deal of passion. His preparation, his leadership on the field and off the field. Just another guy we're just so excited to have us join our Robert Morris 2017 offensive recruiting class, and somebody we're looking forward to seeing compete next year right here at Joe Walton Stadium. Jimmy Walker. Jimmy is a transfer quarterback from San Diego State. We felt early on in our process that we wanted to add a junior college level quarterback to the competition. We were able to bring Jimmy in. Jimmy was at Cerritos Junior College before that, and has some more experience, which was what we were looking to add to the quarterback position. We're very excited to have him. He's a real smart player, detailed in his preparation, shows great poise in the pocket, able to make all the throws, shows great anticipation, and we're certainly excited to have him here at Robert Morris, and we're excited to see what he's able to add to that competition for the starting quarterback slot here next year for Robert Morris.
Izon Pulley. He's a young man that's from the DC area. We're definitely lucky to have him. Recruiting Izon was a journey. We've been on the young man for quite some time. Had an opportunity to connect with him, his coaches, some of his teammates. When we had the opportunity to get Izon as a part of our family, we were definitely excited. He's a young man that at about 6'5", 250 pounds, he's a young man that can play defensive end for us. He can also mix it up and play inside in the trenches. He has great range. He has tremendous athletic ability. He has a great burst off of the ball. We're excited to see what he's going to do for the next several years with some of these young defensive linemen that we have, and the sky's the future for the young man. Greg from DeMatha Catholic. He's a young man that I get excited about every single day. He's from a program that is a prestigious program. DeMatha Catholic finished the #4 team in the country this year. So he brings a lot of experience. He brings a lot of ability to be able to play on the edge as a run stopper. But most importantly, the thing that we're excited about him is his ability to curve the pocket and be able to get inside opposing running backs and quarterbacks' laps. The young man, he's going to grow, he's going to get bigger, he's going to get stronger. But the notion that he brings the mentality to work every single day, whether it's in the classroom, in the field, whether it's in the weight room, whether it's in the film session, we get excited about it. We know that he's coached well at his high school, and we're looking forward to the opportunity to get him into what we can do defensively with our scheme. Eddie's a young man that we we saw him at our prospect camp. A young man that sits about 6'5", long-rangey kid, brings in a frame of about 240 pounds. So once he gets into the weight room, and the notion that we can see him at about 6'6", 265 pounds, we get excited about. He's a young man who was the Defensive Player of the Year in this conference. He brings in a great mentality to want to disrupt opposing offenses. He can do everything from pass rush. He can get inside, play a 3 technique, do some things that we get excited about into our package. He's very explosive, but the best thing about him is he's a coachable kid that is going to do everything well in the classroom. He's going to do everything well in the weight room and on our college campus.
John is a guard, and if you look at John's film, it's one of the most violent films that we've seen in the recruiting process. John is a guy that loves to play the game and loves to play offensive line. He's also a wrestler, has a wrestling background, ranked in the state in heavyweight. John's going to come in and put weight on in the weight room and do great things for us. It's funny, going through the recruiting film in the spring, John got a nickname called Green Machine. Every time we talked about him, it was the green uniform, and Coach Miller just called him Green Machine, so it kind of stuck, and now all the recruits call him Green Machine, and all the players right now call him Green Machine. So looking forward to getting John here. He's going to be a great addition for us. Trevor is a multi-sport athlete, ranked 6th in the state of Ohio in wrestling, and has that background of that balance and athleticism. And if you watch Trevor's film, you can also see that finish. When he makes contact, guys' heads are going back, and very physical finishing, running downfield after the play. Trevor is a guy that, a lot of schools might have said he's underweight. We look at that as a plus, where he's going to come in and put great weight on. Like I said, he's a wrestler and great balance, and he's nasty. He's nasty. He's a smart guy up front. We're looking to play him maybe at left tackle, but again, he's versatile where he can play any position on the line. And when you're as physical as he is and as athletic, he can definitely play all 5 positions. Bussey's a guy that we're looking to start maybe at center, but another guy that's versatile in this class that can play any position. He's a guy that, if you look at the film, is very physical, very athletic on the film. And those are the things that we loved about him. And then after meeting him, he was a guy that talked about being in the weight room, a guy that maybe can step up to a leadership role as a freshman, and a guy that we're looking to plug in there right away. He's a special talent for us, and another Western Pennsylvania guy for us. So pretty excited to have Bussey, and I think he'll go with this recruiting class. He fits the mold of exactly what we were looking for. Adam's pretty new to the game of football, so he doesn't have any bad habits. For me, it's kind of like a blank canvas. And the thing that jumps off the film with Adam is his finish. And I don't even know if he knows what he's doing and how he's doing it, but he's physical and loves the game of football. Can't wait to get here and get started. I can't wait to get with him and teach him the techniques to make him even better. So he's 6'5", 310 right now, in the weight room right now, and he's versatile. But I'm thinking maybe right tackle. But I think he's athletic enough to play maybe a guard inside, and looking forward to getting him in training camp and teaching him the techniques and how to do things. Once he puts that power behind something with some technique, he could be an unstoppable force. Dylan is a guy that plays all 5 positions, and very, very athletic for his size. He's 6'4", 280. And if you watch his film, he gets out in front of screens and really just finishes. He's a guy that you almost lose count of how many times he puts guys on the ground on his film. Very physical, very athletic, smart, 3.5 GPA. Again, fits another what we were looking for in this class for offensive linemen. Smart, tough, physical, athletic, versatile. We're not going to have a problem finding a position for Dylan. Probably start him off at a tackle position right now, but going forward, he's a guy that can play center. He's a guy that can play guard, and I think he's smart enough to learn the offense very quickly and be an immediate impact. Alex Minford from South Fayette High School. He's a local guy. We've seen him play in person. He's a guy that plays the game with passion. He's physical, smart, can play all 5 positions up front. Probably start him off as an interior lineman, but the thing that jumps off his film is he's nasty, and he's exactly what we're looking for up front. He's going to bring some athleticism to the group and knowledge for the game. So Alex Minford is going to be a guy that we're definitely looking to plug in there right away and compete for a starting role. Ben Walter from North Hills High School. Ben's coming to us as a fullback. Played a little bit of tight end and middle linebacker for North Hills this past year. Ben is the prototypical fullback which we're looking to run in this offense. When we watched his film in the spring, immediate impact, immediate impression on the coaches of what we want this offense to be and how we want that fullback position to play. I think Ben's going to do a great job for us. Very coachable, smart kid. Is going to pick up the offense, I assume, pretty fast, and a weight room guy. So he's going to be a guy that's going to take guys to the weight room with him. Going to be a leader by example early on in his career. So pretty excited to have Ben play that fullback position, and look for big things from Ben.
Anthony, a wide receiver from Norwin, about 6'1", 175 pounds. Tremendous athlete, big-time basketball player from Norwin High School. 6A, all-state receiver, so we're really excited to add him. His versatility, his playmaking ability, his toughness, how he competes. He's going to be a great addition for us. He's real close with Tim Vecchio, too. They've been training, working together for years now. So if he's anything like Timmy, we got a great addition to the receiving corps. Kevin Brown is an athlete, all-around football player from Plum High School. Just a tremendous kid. Love him as a guy. Works extremely hard, a leader of that team. Another dual athlete, plays basketball as well, leader of their basketball team. But overall football player. I mean, the kid's quick. He's explosive. Played running back, receiver, can play defensive back. He's an outstanding corner, a great returner. He's a multiple threat guy, which was going to be great to add to the weapons we already have with the receiving corps. Again, he can play running back. Do a little bit of everything. So he's just the do-it-all guy in this class, and we couldn't be more excited to add Kevin Brown to the Colonial staff.
Miles Canton, a 6'2", 185-pound safety from DeMatha High School, coached by Coach Brooks. He's adding to a lot of guys from DMV area on our team. Coach Coleman has done a great job bringing these guys up. We think Miles is going to be a quarterback in our backfield for years to come. We think he brings smartness, toughness, and also the athletic ability standpoint. We think he can cover, the slot, the wide guys, and he also can come up and hit. So Miles is going to be a great addition to our program. Jonathan Mulbauer, 6'2", 185 safety from one of the premier schools in the Whitfield, Thomas Jefferson. He actually won another Whitfield championship this year. He got to go down and play at Heinz Field. Jonathan brings a lot to this program. He can play wide receiver, safety, and he's very versatile. He can do everything. He can, again, cover the slot, cover the wide guy, but he also will be a kick returner, a punt returner, and help us a lot on special teams. Jonathan, he's a very smart individual, and he prides himself with that. He's a typical Whitfield kid, and we're glad to have him.
Matt Holmes, a kid from West Allegheny, right in our backyard. He's going to play tight end and H-back for us, going to do a lot of stuff. But when you watch his film, and especially where, the guys in the Whitfield, the coaches in the Whitfield, we've talked about, you can see toughness. You can see a blue-collar type attitude that he brings to it. And the two things that we're most impressed about him, one, talking to it, he's a 4-year starter at West Allegheny. You can ask Coach Palco. There's probably a select few of people that have been a part of that. And number two, especially when you ask around the community, you ask other coaches, when they played West Allegheny, you keep hearing his name, how tough this kid was and how versatile he is. And he's going to be a great component for our football team and going to build an atmosphere and a tradition of toughness, and we're really excited for him and good to have him on campus. Dalton Elliott is a 6'4", 240-pound tight end out of Northgate High School in Atlanta, Georgia, about 20 minutes away from downtown Atlanta. Dalton's a huge part of this recruiting class. We had to bring in a couple tight ends this year, and when we emphasized what we needed, tough guys, guys who are versatile, guys who had passion for the game. Dalton is all those things. You can see in his film, he's driving guys to the ground. He catches a couple passes. They were playing a wing tee in his offense, which is sometimes limited, but in terms of toughness, this guy was in the top 5 heavyweight wrestlers in the state of Georgia, which is not an easy thing to do. But and another thing that really impressed us was he gets off the plane, and his maturity, his approach to the game, you can see his passion for it, and his family, in terms of his family, which is great. And we're really excited to have him, and welcome to Colonials.
Nick Biseglia is a very, very talented young kicker. I'm very excited about him, bringing him in here to give him the opportunity to kick for Robert Morris University for the next 4 years. He has a very powerful leg, can get the ball into the end zone on kickoffs. And he's also very accurate in his extra points and field goals. So we're very excited about Nick.
Very excited to get Braden. He brings a lot to the table. Very strong, very athletic, packs a punch in a small area, which we really like, especially in what we do in our linebacking position. He's going to provide an impact. We're very excited to get him and what his leadership brings to our football team. Frank Antuano, very excited to have Frank join our program. Brings a leadership role. He's had a very successful high school career at Neshannock, won a lot of games, was a standout quarterback. We're going to use him at linebacker. Very excited for what he brings to the table moving forward with the Colonials.